Hey, DG here. Today, I'm doing part 2 in my college dorm. As you can see, I got some of my collectibles right there. And my Star Wars Visions poster, my Hawkeye poster. But anyway, now part 2 of my comparison between Mirai Sentai, Timeranger, and Power Rangers Time Force. For my check marks on marks on which did what better, I forgot to I forgot to put the like check mark for which did what better for the storyline part, which I'll fix here. If one of the days this is my sweet mate, I'm sorry I can't exactly stop it from yapping, but I'll do my best. Let's see. So I'll start with storylines. One storyline that I'll probably see not like from this is this one where Domon here, the yellow one here, went like, I don't know, some sort of Japanese fish shop. I forgot what it was called. Oh, luckily there wasn't adapted here, but there's one episode that was pretty interesting that both adapted, which was the episode where the Yellow Rangers were scared that their timelines might be messed up. But it was, and honestly with that, it was that I would say they're equal, as in both the actors here did a good job acting. And both versions were well written. So I'll give them that. Anyway, I think in terms of character focused episodes. That's not explain characters. I'll explain probably one of the biggest storylines in the show, which is technically 4-part account for X's Fury, the 4-part Dawn of Destiny arc, which was adapted to a VHS. Also, apparently recently I got this Goldar Lightning Collection figure. Anyway, that's up topic. Sorry about that. Why I brought that up? Anyway, and in it. Frax reveals himself. Frax unleashes this kind of vampire-like mutant called Venomark. Well, and Timeranger is the guy who does that. Which puts the entire town in 4/6 of the Rangers. Sick, so Time Red and Time Fire have to find a cure. And for Time Force, Frax reveals that he used the scientist who helped nurse Ranzik back to health when he got bitten by the thing and turned into a thing. But Frax, it's like an a-hole and killed him. So Frax survived himself as a robot. and he goes off on his own. So everything is here except Guy was still kinda was working for Dol Nero here, but but the difference is that in this version, they have to get the cure from Dol Nero, who agrees to do an exchange with the Time Rangers. Here, Red Ranger's father gives him the cure, and also one crazy thing both shows a mysterious figure sending them the Time Shadow Megazord, but this kind of mystery until the episode Dawn of Destiny, which revealed at the end of the episode that's actually the original Red Ranger who died, Alex Drake, and here it's Captain Ryu. One thing they did differently in this is that, and here, Ryu and Time Pink / Yuri were actually platonic, as in they didn't have a romantic relationship. Well, here, they actually, they're fiancés. And his death was what drove her to want to go after Ranzik. Well, here she's driving through Dol Nero because he killed her family. But because of the time travel mode, they end up reviving Ryu / Alex Drake. They end up reviving him. But unfortunately, he actually kind of an a-hole, as he makes us, given the Red Ranger role, tells him he has to accept his fate, which is basically tells him that his father got assaulted and mortally injured by Ranzik here. Similar thing happens in Time Ranger, except I forgot how, with Asami's father, and Wes has to take over, Asami has to take over as they own the business for their father. I think Time Ranger did better because you actually get a little bit of outcome, because after they tell Alex off and Wes gets his powers back, Alex heals Wes's father and plus I feel like they do a little more with the father-son relationship here, while in Time Ranger they don't do as much in the last half of the show, which is one of my big issues here. I think the bear, for example, it gets a little redemption arc for his father, when he finds Ranzik trying to steal the stuff to help cure him of his disease. His father says that if he had known that would help Ranzik, he would have flushed it down the sink. And then when Ranzik says, "Yes, oh, you're the Ranger father. Yeah, I heard you kicked him out." It's like, I didn't kick him out. He chose his own destiny, and I'm proud of him for it. Honestly, they did a pretty good redemption arc with his father, which continues later on to the finale, which I'll get to. Anyway, let's go with the supporting. So yeah, I consider Time Force have done kind of better because of the father arcs. But yeah, both are relatively the same. And then Alex still helps them out once in a while. Anyway, then mainly after that, mainly just a couple filler episodes until the finale. And I'll get to that in a sec. First, I want to discuss supporting cast. Both shows have this robot Al working for them, and Time Ranger's claim is called Robotalk, whose voice sounds much like a grown male, while in Time Force it sounds like a kid, and it's called Circuit, which my mom thinks the Al looks cute. And I will say they both serve their roles well, although Circuit is definitely a little more emotional, while Robotalk definitely acts more like a robot and is not as emotional. And I do feel like with Robotalk they do have more comedic moments to him. Like one episode they lean a mirror against him for almost the episode. But anyway, I wouldn't consider them to be mentors, considering I can see them just Ranger allies. Ranger allies, honestly. And most of what they do is they help communicate the past, and they help send over the Zords. That's basically what they do, and act as a confidant to their Rangers. I guess I would say they're equal, I guess. I can't really say which one is better or worse. And I don't remember between the films of Time Ranger. I remember more of them from Time Force, and I'm not gonna compare like the Time Force Light Speed Rescue crossover to the Go-Go 5 Timeranger crossover because I haven't seen the Go-Go 5 Timeranger crossover, so I can't judge until I see it. Anyway, so I'll wait. But there's this one kind of weird episode of Time Force where the Blue Ranger hero, one episode, writes like a little love poem to this car, and then Nadira finds it and just assumes it's about her. So then Ranzik makes him date his daughter, saying if he doesn't. But it's not so bad considering there's a couple benefits, such as Ranzik not hurting the Blue Ranger, even tells his henchmen, don't hurt the blue one, but the rest fair game, but the blue one lives. And Lucas, of course, Blue Ranger Lucas doesn't care for the day. For one part, he dresses up, he says he can't dump or else Ranzik will kill him, so he has to get the dude to dump him, so he dresses up like a complete slob. It's actually a complete slob to get him to dump him, which works, but of course gets him a hot water with Ranzik. I mean, this wasn't adapted from Timeranger, so I say too much. Also, the difference with I think Gian, so yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip ahead to the final battles. Those battles, well, here Dolnir tries to talk to Gian, tries to talk him out of his insanity, but Gian doesn't care, so he kills Dolniro, and Dolniro and Yuri kind of, and you have this little bit where you have to let go of his hatred for Dolniro as he dies and stuff. You know, that stereotypical crap. Yep. I'm not going to get into the Battleizer for sure because, again, Battleizers are mainly Patrick exclusive, so I can't compare it to this because they aren't here, and you only make them for Power Rangers because of toys, basically, so I can't say much for this because there is no Battleizer in Timeranger. Anyway, in the what was this? Yeah. And then Gian goes on a rampage through town with his little robot. I don't know what happens to Nadira's counterpart, so I can't say much of that. But I'm gonna get the part that happens in both versions. Well, in Time Force, Ranzik captures Frax and brainwashes him to his minion again. Although before that, Frax has a change of heart and tries to encourage Nadira to redeem herself and not follow the cycle of hatred. And I kind of think it's a little nice little detail that when Frax turns evil again, his voice sounds more robotic and less emotional. Kind of like this. It kind of sounds more like that. He only gets so much of 1 or 2 points. Like when his robot gets knocked over, he's like, I gotta get it up, Frax, so Frax can win! Something like that. And then there was but yeah, he's the part in both versions. In both versions, Ryu/Alex tells Timeranger/Time Force Rangers they can come back now, but they refuse to, but because Alex/Asama wants them to be safe, he decides to send them back anyway, regardless of what they think. And then him and Eric/Naoto have to team up and go against the villains. And there's this one nice moment where after Wes saves Eric, they have this little moment where they make up when Eric says that he's buried Wes because he hated he was dirt. He hated that, well, he himself was dirt poor, work for everything. He felt like Wes got everything on a silver platter, but Wes told him that it says that he's one friendly makeup. But one thing, despite that kind of that Time Ranger makes it kind of sadder, is that Naoto actually gets killed, which I heard was the original idea for Eric, but they didn't do, so that makes it a billion times sadder. Which, yeah. But again, they also still continue with Wes's dad's redemption arc as it shows that he finds hurt mother and child and lets them ride his limo to save them. they didn't really do that in Time Rangers, annoyed me because, again, his father, they don't give much of a focus with him in like the last half of the show, which salts the redemption arc. I like the original Time Force a little better with Mr. Collins. But in both versions, the Time Force Rangers, Time Rangers decide to go back to save Summon/West to find that he's going to die. And despite their lives being better, they still don't want to leave their friend to die. But here's the big twist. From Time Ranger, that doesn't happen in Time Force. Asama tries to... Captain Ryu tries to escape him from escaping, but they end up being forced to kill him. And then he reveals that he is the original Time Fire, and that he freed the villains, and that he manipulated a majority of this in the show to save his own ass from dying. So basically Ryu's worse than Alice, because Alice maybe had been a kind of a certain war around with Lick, but he wasn't a monster here. So yeah, which one I like better? I kind of like Time Ranger a little better, because at least get a little more of an explanation of why certain things happened, but that's just me. And they go into bed. So yeah, and both versions, the Time Force / Time Rangers return, and they help Time Red/West defeat Guyan/Frax using the Q-Rex. And then after Guyan gets destroyed, he's kind of don't heroes, not you. I can get the money now. 1, 2, and then he goes complete bust, and then disappears. While on Time Force, Ransik just pretty much just calls him a useless robot, and metaphorically spits on his corpse. And also another fun fact is that the reason why I need Dear Karma doing so is because Trip has her help this woman in labor, and then she redeems herself, and she tries to get her father refused to. So then Ransik has his final fight with the Rangers and beats the crap out of them, especially Jen. But then during the fight, he accidentally hurts Nadira, and he's like, "Oh crap!" He realizes maybe I was a little too harsh, and he decides to turn himself into the police. Well, the other Rangers leave, and both versions leave, and Yuri/Jen gives West/Asami a heartfelt goodbye. And then, well, actually, it's a little bit sweet, because then Asama just goes back to living his life in spite of losing basically everything. Well, Wes joins the State Guardians, this group that his father sets up to group, and then everything's all hunky-dory. I know some like the bittersweet ending, but I kind of like the happier ending of Time Force, because I just feel like it paid off a lot more. So which I think is better? Kind of Time Force? Because again, I just feel like a lot of things paid off better. Not that this is bad, this is still a good show, just not a lot of things paid off as well. Well, but yeah, it's just an opinion. Yeah, if you want to watch Time Force yourself, but don't have the money to buy the DVD, all episodes are on YouTube. If you want to watch Time Ranger, but don't have the money to buy the DVD, all episodes are on Shout Factory TV, or you can pirate, bootleg, whatever. Anyways, my thoughts, let me know what your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.